Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for Wlbt Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, your digital news desk host, and it is what day is it? It is Tuesday, August the 12th. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you're watching on our website or through our social stream, we appreciate you tuning in or over our news app. Don't forget, if you're watching on our social media channels, that you can always join the conversation there. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, anything like that, you can always post those in the comment section on our social page. So before we jump into the news today, let's take a look outside over our Renaissance with our Renaissance sky camera over Ridgeland. And let's see, let me get this pulled up for you guys. Here is a beautiful day outside. You can see lots of sunshine and lots of clouds. Hot. The humidity levels are going up, or are on the rise rather. And we are still kind of watching the tropics. Our first alert weather team will be here at 2:30 today to give you an in-depth look at the forecast. So make sure you are tuning in then to hear from them, especially concerning watching the tropics. Is it something that we should be concerned about here? So one more thing before we get into the news I want to talk to you about is our St. Jude Dream Home. The tickets are still available for our St. Jude Dream Home. I think you have like 2 more days to get those tickets. We are giving it away, announcing the winner on Thursday of this week. So you want to make sure that you get your ticket now while they are still available. It is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, a huge house, like valued at $525,000. And you can see all of the pictures of it and everything on our website. So go check that out and get your St. Jude Dream Home ticket. $100 a ticket, and you could win a dream home, but also you get to help the St. Jude Children's Research Center. So we have Sissy on our social stream saying, have a good day. Well, you have a great day as well. And then Britt saying, happy Tuesday. Hey, Britt, how are you? How are things down in Kosciuszko today? Appreciate all of you for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get into the news now, where a situation in Canton showing they're not playing. Don't break the law up in Canton. A 17-year-old is going to be spending quite a few years behind bars for robbing another teenager of his shoes at a Canton gas station. So Shanquez Harris, this is him on your screen. He was sentenced to 15 years in the custody of the Mississippi Department of Corrections after pleading guilty to strong-arm robbery. So on October 11th of 2024, Canton police responded to the robbery after getting a call from the victim's mother about him getting robbed at gunpoint and his shoes being stolen. So officers were able to get surveillance video and identified Harris as the suspect. He later admitted the robbery to investigators. So they're saying don't mess around. Don't play over in Madison County. You steal somebody's shoes and they're going to prosecute you. 15 years in the Department of Corrections there for this guy. So there is that story we got today. And of course, we told you yesterday about Capitol Police investigating a shooting that injured 8 people. So the shooting happened Monday morning, and it was on Northmart Plaza near the intersection of North State Street and Meadowbrook Road. So as you can see here in this video, we spotted several bullet holes at a bar called the Parlor Room. The police say one of the shooting victims is in critical condition. The others are expected to recover. There's no word on who opened fire or why, but many of you are weighing in after this shooting that happened over the weekend. So Jackson Police Joseph Wade and his team were there at the site yesterday. Helping Capitol Police with the investigation. So they were hoping that they could piece together any clue that could possibly lead to the person responsible for shooting 8 people. Investigators say those who were shot were between the ages of 21 and 40.
Somebody was just doing it just for the random. I mean, they didn't care who they hit or who they shot. It's sad. It's real sad.
I just think it's a coincidence that it's on the weekends. Maybe it's the weekends because people have more time on their hands. During the week, they're working, they're in school. On the weekends, there's more opportunity to congregate. And wherever there's more opportunity to congregate, there's more opportunity for enemies to bump into each other.
Now, Chief Wade says that he, city leaders, and council members are meeting today with the owners of the 2 nightclubs in that area. The meeting will address what happened and ways to help prevent these type of crimes in the future. And authorities in Rankin County are investigating the death of a jail inmate. So the county coroner says that 27-year-old Sydney Simmons was found dead at the jail on Saturday. Her body has been taken to the state crime lab for an autopsy to determine how she died. MBI is leading this investigation. Once we get an update on it, we will pass that along to you. Of course, MBI normally doesn't say anything about investigations until they are complete, but once we do hear from them, we will pass that information along to you. And 3 on Your Side is now taking a look at the most recent inspection report examining the Jackson Zoo. So the Department of Agriculture inspectors reported a large rat and multiple roaches inside of the enclosure for some monkeys at the zoo. They also noted some standing water near the entrance door. So Jackson has until September 1st to fix the issues. During the visit, inspectors looked at conditions for more than 40 different species. No other issues were reported there. So these inspections are required for the city of Jackson to maintain its license to legally show the animals to you. So, of course, as we've been following Jackson Zoo and the, I guess you could say, the plight of the zoo, we will continue to follow this and let you know what happens. Make sure that the repairs get done, which hopefully I'm pretty sure that they will. And police are investigating in Brookhaven after a body was found there. So Brookhaven Chief Dustin Bearfield tells us that a male was found on Highway 51 on Monday. It was behind a business. Now, they are saying at this time no foul play is suspected, and the cause of death and the ID of the individual are unknown at this time, and will be determined once we get that info. We'll pass it along to you. So I'm looking here at the comments. We have Miss Betty saying, what is going on in the world? And also saying, so glad that there weren't any youngsters out there, but still anybody that got hurt, I'm praying for them. I agree with that. And Patricia saying you never hear good news anymore. Well, Patricia, I've got some good news coming in just a little bit. I can promise you that. And Britt says, I wish they would move the zoo. The animals shouldn't have been living in those conditions. It is sad. Hopefully there will be some improvements to the Jackson Zoo facilities moving forward here. Well, we gave you an update or been following the updates on Blossom Apartments, and some of the residents there uh, are still looking for a new place to live after they were ordered to move out when the owner did not pay the water bill. So, as we know, the water was shut off there for about 2 weeks, but then it was turned back on temporarily while residents prepare to move out. Complex owner Tony Little was ordered to relocate the tenants, and various organizations have stepped up to help. Now, money has been allocated to help tenants with down payments, moving expenses, and their first month's rent. And some say they are glad to be leaving the troubled complex.
Oh, it's a big relief. We shouldn't have to live like this. We pay rent. We ought to live better. They all put him out here to live in his own apartment. See how it is.
Just left an apartment. I'm trying to go back out there, and they're gonna have a talk with me. They trying to find me a place. This down to the last scroll right here, because they saying now it's 2 days. Now I got to call somebody to come. The lady said she's gonna come help me move.
Stupot Community Services is one of the organizations, one of the groups that are helping tenants to relocate. It will have an in-person session tonight from 5 to 7 to help residents get what they need as they transition into new housing. And of course, the water at Blossom Apartments is set to be turned back off tomorrow morning. We'll continue to bring you updates on that. Yesterday, a complaint was filed with the Covington County Sheriff's Office after two teenagers' parents say that their children were injured by birdshot while rolling yards with toilet paper. So Sheriff Daryl Perkins says that this particular yard was rolled on August the 3rd and the 4th. Right now, it is unclear whether it was the same group of teens that rolled it both days. Around 1 a.m., the homeowner fired birdshot from about 75 yards, hitting two of the teenage girls in the arm. The sheriff says that rolling yards includes a number of misdemeanors like littering and trespassing, but it is never okay to fire shots unless you are in fear for your life.
No one went to the hospital. No one sustained injuries bad enough to go to the hospital. So, and I guess that's why their fathers and mothers were, what are we going to do about this?
So investigators are gathering evidence, and a grand jury will decide and determine if any charges should be filed in this incident. And a man has died from a flesh-eating bacteria down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So Basil Kennedy's daughter says that he scraped his leg on his boat trailer in Bay St. Louis earlier last month. He cleaned the wound, he bandaged it, and thought nothing more of it. However, his health did decline very rapidly. He ended up going to the emergency room. The 77-year-old died July 21st after coming home from the hospital on hospice care.
His leg started to slowly swell. Then it became a little bit red, and then it was like, okay, something's not right here. But then once it really took hold in the leg, we were seeing. It was just, you were just watching it swell, blister.
So he never actually got in the water after he scraped his leg. All it was from the water that was on the boat trailer when he scraped his leg. So this bacteria is most concentrated in coastal waters between the months of May and October. And our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to his family as they deal with this situation and just grieving his loss. Guys, before we get into the good news that we do have for you and also looking at our current forecast, let's hear from our sponsors over at Jackson Water.
Time for a neighborly tip from Jackson Water. Is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
In Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.
And again, thanks to Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus. Well, let's go ahead and look at our current temperatures outside. We are sitting in the low to mid 90s around the area. Pretty hot out there. And, that is what our actual temperature is, but our feels like temperatures right now are 103 degrees. So that humidity is definitely doing what humidity does in the summertime around here. We look at our current radar, you can see where there's a lot of rain around the area, little spots of rain throughout Franklin County. We've got Jefferson Davis, Walthall, Pike County, and various other places. Not widespread, but there are spotty showers across the area, and those could get heavy at times. When we look at our next 12 hours, you can see that our rain chances stay about the same until we reach the overnight hours, where it drops off to the nothing, 0% chance overnight. And our next 7 days, we have increased chance of rain tomorrow and Thursday, but those chances of rain drop off. Now, again, we are watching the tropics. So there is a storm out there right now. I believe it is a tropical storm or tropical depression, but I know its name is Aaron. And I believe it's Tropical Storm Aaron. Our first alert weather team, though, will be here at 2:30 today, and they will be the ones who can give you the in-depth look at what is happening in the tropics and what exactly Aaron is, and if Aaron is something that we should be really concerned about here in Mississippi. So tune in today at 2:30 for the first alert weather team. Now, some good news is the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has approved nearly $135 million in disaster recovery funds for the state of Mississippi. So HUD has approved the state's plan to use the federal funds to support long-term recovery from storms that hit the state in 2023 through 24. So these impacted counties include Hinds County, Humphreys, Scott, and Sharkey County. And this plan includes more than $29 million for owner-occupied housing needs. And a second class of graduates now know a lot more about the Capitol Police Department and how they operate. So the latest round of participants in the Citizens Police Academy graduated last night at the Trade Mart. It's a 6-day course that is an opportunity for residents to interact with police and observe how they do their jobs and see each officer as a person rather than just a badge.
Ambassadors. They basically become like ambassadors. They know our call procedures, our numbers, and they get to see at firsthand look who's handling the calls, to see the officer behind the scenes, see the human behind the badge.
A lot of people have misunderstandings that they are this or that or not doing this or that. So the best way to find out is to become actively involved.
I second that. This is the second year that the Capitol Police Department has hosted a Citizens Academy, and a new highly anticipated restaurant will open its doors to the public today here in Jackson. So it's located in the remaining portion of the historic Sun and Sand Hotel. Hen and Egg, who's the restaurant, held a private grand opening ceremony yesterday. So the former hotel that was once a gathering place for politicians and civil rights activists will now house the Southern-style restaurant founded by Mississippi chef Nick Wallace. The Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services partnered with Wallace to provide employment for individuals with disabilities.
It's a great feeling. That's the mission of our agency, is to empower individuals with disabilities through employment, and that's certainly what we're doing here today. So looking forward to seeing this place thrive for years to come.
So with its motto, slow food served fast, Hen and Egg will offer what they call reimagined Southern classics like breakfast plates, chicken sandwiches, and blue plate specials. The restaurant officially opened to the public this morning at 7 a.m. So make sure you go and check it out and support a local restaurant here in the Jackson area. Again, before we go today, I want to remind you again about the St. Jude Dream Home tickets. You can go to our website, WLBT.com, and let me show you where to go. So here's our website right here at the top. You can see where it says St. Jude Dream Home. This is where you can click this to get your ticket, and then you can also see all of the stories that we've done, see the beautiful home, the inside of it, all of that right here on our website. Again, it's a St. Jude Dream Home that's it is going to be given away on Thursday live here on WLBT. So hurry up and get your ticket while you can before they sell out. There are just a few left, and you've only got just under, it's about 48 hours left to go buy your ticket. So make sure that you get out there or go there to the website and get your ticket, have the chance to win that home, and also support St. Jude Children's Research Center. Guys, that is it for WLBT Plus today. I will be back tomorrow for your top 3 from WLBT, and of course, 1 o'clock for WLBT Plus. And our First Alert weather team will be here at 2:30 to give you that in-depth look at your forecast. So make sure you tune in for them. I will see you later. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.